Welcome back. In this chord progression lesson, we are going to be in the key of G. So for this progression, we're going to start on the G chord, then we're going to go to the C chord, the D chord, back to the C chord, and then we're going to end on the G. So let's give it a try. It's going to look like this first. All right, so G, C, D, C. Now, for the pattern, I was just using down, 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 up, down, up. I want to just give you one tip. If you ever have a rhythm pattern where you're playing an up strum at the end of a bar right before a chord change, it's okay sometimes to play that up strum with your fingers already kind of in the air going to the next chord, because oftentimes what happens is when we're changing chords, if we want to get to the next chord on beat number 1, we have to start moving, anticipating that. We have to start moving our fingers earlier just to get to the chord that we're changing to on beat number 1. So it's okay if you're going like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1. So the reason why I say that is because if we're doing that up strum right before a chord change, sometimes it's really, really hard. You have next to no time to get to the next chord, because it's really important that you get to the new chord on beat number 1. So you do have to cheat a little bit. And oftentimes when you're strumming really, really fast, no one's going to really hear that you've played the open strings, like, just for that brief millisecond. So it's just, if you're playing fast like this, you hardly even hear it. Okay, so that's kind of one of the key things that I wanted to mention in this lesson, is just to be okay with starting to move your hands off of the previous chord into the next chord and still be strumming during that. That just happens. The best in the world are still doing that just because sometimes there's just very little time to get to that chord, and you want to get to that chord on beat number 1. So it's okay to do that. If we're looking at this progression itself, it's just a major progression in the key of G, where you're just going G, C, D, C. There's like 1,000 songs, thousands of songs using those chords, especially when you add a minor chord. We're going to do that in another lesson where we're going to play an E minor in there. It's just almost every song ever been written, it seems, uses those same 4 chords. So for this one, we're just going to go down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. Sometimes it's good for you to say that as well. 1, 2, 3, and 4, or down, 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 up, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 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 1. So there you go. Remember, if you get one thing out of this lesson, remember that it is okay to start moving your fingers before you get to beat number 1 while you're strumming. All right, we'll see you in the next lesson.